smoking beer and drinking cigarettes. I think second or third video, I don't know, I'm getting to that point already. I'm forgetting where I put my glass and I lit the wrong end of the cigarette. So cheers. Oh, I love head. I've been having what can only readily be described as a filmmaker's block. I made about 6 videos this morning with a new beer in each video, but I've been too critical. I look back on it and delete it. I'm like, no, nobody's gonna want to watch that. It doesn't necessarily mean nobody's gonna want to watch it. It's just I'm feeling, I guess, overly critical right now. Ugh. Beer and cigarettes. I thought I would, aside from drinking beer and smoking cigarettes, I've got essentially no responsibilities except to please my own self by drinking beer, smoking cigarettes, and writing the occasional bit of flowetry. So I figure, fuck, might as well share it. Keep in mind though, every thought gives power to something. So don't think anything when I read this shit, just listen. Now, a little background on what I'm writing about is I hear a lot of people talk about heaven and hell, and I want to find it for myself, essentially. But my biggest realization is that heaven and hell exist within the mind. So this is the driving force behind what I'm writing. This first little piece I call Heaven, Hell, and Eden. And it begins. This is a real life account, by the way. So, my parents told me fairy tales about a place you go when you die. They said one part was underground and the other in the sky. If you're good, they would say, then for eternity you shall rejoice. And if not, you'll burn in hellfire. They said it was my choice. I have gazed in vain upon the sky, looking for this place, hoping that I'd see this kingdom in the furthest reaches of space. Just a glimpse to clarify and reinforce what I was told would be enough to nullify any doubt as I grew old. I also had another approach that required digging up the ground, looking for this hell below, but debris was all I found. I told my parents of my endeavor and how failure resulted. They told me not to give up and to never be insulted. So with that, I kept on looking. If it's there, it has to be found. But common sense has told me hell wasn't underground. And surely if there's a heaven higher than the sky, then it's safe to assume it cannot be seen by the naked eye. The only evidence my parents had about these places being real was something they called faith, and how their faith made them feel. Do I have faith? I asked them. And if I do, how can I tell? They asked me how I felt when I pondered heaven and hell. Well, as far as I can figure, about two places I've never known, I will have to use a comparison to the world that I've been shown. And that's it. Heaven, hell, and Eden. Thanks for reading.